Okay, looks like we are on a line. Time to get this show on the road. There, looking good. Alrighty. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Get Good Fox, and this is my first playthrough of Fallout 4. We're actually approaching the end. Apparently, I have one more DLC. I'm told that I'm about halfway through this DLC, and I've got one more after this. And I'm told the one that's remaining is not a very long one. So, some people have told me that I might be able to complete the playthrough this stream. So this could be it. Anyways, Heath Haim is first. Congratulations and welcome to the show, good sir. Arf, Crimson, Drake, and Heath are the early gang. You guys are the vanguard of the Fox Republic. Heath says, what's up, everyone? Indeed, what is up? How is everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are glad that the weekend is approaching. It is a Thursday, after all. That means it's almost time. It's almost Friday. Almost Friday, right? We'll be getting started very shortly. Going to give, a moment or two for my notifications to sink in. And then we will continue right where we left off, which was after completing the crazy cyberspace world of getting the data out of, like, Dima's cyberspace brain. And we will continue from after there. Doing great. Can't wait for the holiday weekend, says Heath. Yeah, oh, what holiday? What's the holiday? May? I'm not good with holidays. I always forget what holiday it is. Cheeky BB is early game. Welcome to the show. We'll be getting started in about 30 seconds. Memorial, yes, Memorial Day. I always forget what's in, always forget the holidays. Like, with the way I was raised, we never celebrated holidays, so I never remember what the holidays are. In fact, I'm very bad with days in general. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Righty. So, this is where we last left off. We had this terminal here. Let's not go back inside there. But yes, we had that terminal. Oh, Nuka. Oh, those are just bottles. What am I doing? What's my cargo at? I've got 100 units remaining. Okay, that's fine. I can grab this stuff then. All right, I think we're good to go. So the last step was we uncovered. I guess we got to go to these locations. Sure, why not? Why not? Okay, so what we did last time was we got the crazy information out of Dima's RoboBrain, and so now I guess we're going to go and pursue the locations and investigate them for ourselves. There's got to be a way down from here. I don't want to go through the funhouse. There we go. How do I get out of this area? This area is very vertical, topsy-turvy kind of area. Oh. Atom Zealots. Let me go ahead and grab as much as I can from these guys. How much does that put me at? 409. Now, people tell me their armor is not half bad, so we might switch up to that. How do I get out of this place? Over here, maybe? This is the bathroom. This way. What's this button do? System is not functioning. Oh, I'm going to take this. How about that? How can you say it is stealing when you can't actually lay claim to it? That's a good question, I think. How can it be stealing when, indeed, I am the one... When there's no one there to catch me, it can't be stealing. Oh, wow. And we're walking right out into a rad storm. Okay, so, like I said, I was told that the equipment that we got, some of that is supposedly pretty good. So, let's see... This stuff here, this Zealot's Marine armor is supposedly not bad, especially if you polish it up a bit. I guess we'll see. But I think the first thing we should do is we should probably head back, and our inventory is currently getting owned. So let's go back to Far Harbor, let's lighten our load, and we'll see what we can do. Improvised fishing and ship hooks are the close quarters weapons of choice for the denizens on this island. Interesting. Those hooks are definitely pretty wicked. I agree with that.
What are you looking at?
Okay, let's wait until day. About 9 o'clock is good enough. That means all the shops will be open. Good.
Bait shop's got everything.
The fog doesn't hit us.
I wonder if Mitch is going to be mad about his the whole incident with his uncle. Let's find out.
You look like you need an ice cold vim.
Oh, he's
I'd like a drink.
Let's get
doesn't
you
have anything to
up
say
there.
about it. That's fine with me. Gamma gun. These are worth a lot of money, I will say that. Walking cane, more damage to animals. It's the animal hitting stick, I guess. These are all, yeah, all of those are worth a lot. Like, that's going to be almost all of his money right there. Jeez. Sell those. These seem kind of unique, so I don't think I'm going to sell those. Surgical mask. So I don't want to sell all of this, because apparently some of this isn't bad. Maybe I can trade a little bit? Nah, he doesn't have anything I'd want to trade with. He says that for Memorial Day, he's got the pool open, he's got some great barbecue coming in. Lots of time with friends and family. Well, that sounds like an ideal holiday to me. Michael Science wants me to blow them up. Well, yeah, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Need general supplies?
One thing at a time.
Brooks, how can the bait shop help you? Let's deal. Of course.
Okay, let's see. I'm not going to sell those because those seem kind of neat. I'm going to save one of each of these. Because, like I said, apparently they're considered pretty good. Instead, I'm going to sell off this stuff. Oh, I forgot to use the Captain's Feast. We were supposed to use that. I might sell some of this junk off as well, because honestly, it might start to get a bit heavy. What about those hides? Didn't we have, like, weren't there some hides that I was holding on to? Let's see what, where's Dogmeat at? Dogmeat.
Hey.
What do you got on? No, put the knife away,
Wait
main
there.
character. Yes, he does have a bunch of stuff. Okay.
I'm scraping
Hey,
by.
Brooks.
Psst.
Looking for a bargain? Let's see.
So what
you
I'm
got.
gonna do
Let's
is
set
I'm
you
probably
up.
gonna have Dogmeat carry the items that I'm trying to save. Okay, he can't afford too much more than this. Maybe he's got some Med-X. I'll always trade for Med-X. Med-X is one of those things. You know what? I probably need some Radaway. We actually eat up a lot of Radaway while we're here. So I'll take those. That'll refill his money a little bit. Nah, he's going to be broke after that, though. That's about as good as it's going to get, unfortunately, for us. Okay. But fortunately, we have invested in each of these guys here.
Welcome to my clique. You need anything?
You have any medical supplies?
I wish barter was the bottom one instead of cure, because like you just start to get used to the bottom one always being the same thing. Okay, I'm not gonna hang on to that. All right, so these are the things that are possible upgrades. So I don't want to mess with those right now. Let me see what my weight is. 304, wow. Okay, so it's time to figure out what we're going to do with this gear. So I'm told that this stuff is pretty good, so we're going to wear it. Okay, suit of armor check. These ones have names, so I'm guessing they're a little bit special. Okay. Sometimes I wish there was a nicer way to read some of these stats. So why is this Zealot's armor right arm better? Why does it have more... This one has more rad resistance? Okay, now we're going to sell off our old gear. I'm not going to sell the Devastator's chest piece, though. That thing was, like, really good.
You here for doctoring?
Let's see your stock.
Sure. I can barter.
Okay, so that gets to stay. We're going to sell the old suit, though. And then these ones can go. Nice. Let's see what that does to our weight level. 233. We're still really heavy. Do they have a armoring thing nearby? Like, I'm pretty sure we have a point or two in armoring.
You know, I've heard there's a passel of Sims on this island now. Whatever the fuck that means.
I don't have time.
The fog. It's dangerous.
Wow, they're still cooking that thing.
Bait shop's got it.
Only Alan's got enough backbone to stand up to the children.
Wait. Armor workbench. Okay, so let's see.
If you ain't armed, you ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
Pocketed. What does this do? Improves carrying capacity, reduce damage from explosions. Let's do pocketed. I love more carrying capacity. Assault marine armor? Inquisitor's marine armor? Wow. I guess that means you could upgrade to a totally new variant or something. Strengthened. What does that do? Reduces limb damage. There we go. Pocketed. That's what I want to see.
All your medical and food needs.
Pocketed. We got plenty of cloth, adhesive, and leathers, so that's actually not even that hard to do. So why can't... isn't there one that would allow me to improve the defense on it? Ultralight build. Greatly increases AP bonus. Custom fitted. Muffled. Lead line radiation damage. Yeah. Sleek is movement speed. Movement speed's probably pretty nice. Falling damage. Reduces weight. That probably also would be really nice. Just making things way less. I'm surprised there's nothing that... I see. So these are basically superior variants, but they would require a lot of knowledge in like armoring and science and stuff. So the crafting system in this game is pretty interesting. I will say that. I don't really care about lead lined.
Get them while they're in stock.
What I really care about is just not taking as much damage. That's like the only thing that I care about. Reduce damage while blocking.
Need it?
More pockets then.
If you ain't armed, you ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
Okay. That's the best we can do. Alright, so now we've got this wacky zealot armor.
In a deep fog, there are things out there.
Hey.
And we're gonna have Dogmeat carry the rest. Because like, I don't want to sell the Devastator's chest piece, because like that was really good. I really liked that suit of armor. Now let's check our cargo. So we're still at 185. So we should be down to like 100 or so. That must mean whatever junk I'm carrying is really weighing me down. Alright, so step one, we are gonna, I guess, recover the kill switch code. We just won't be able to carry as much as the thing. ADHD says we're looking at upgrades. I mean, sometimes, whenever I do upgrades, I do them off screen. I typically don't like, I don't like to waste a lot of time, you know, like staring at like stuff like that. So I guess we get to try our new suit of armor. For better or for worse. So we're immediately greeted by a rad storm. I guess it's par for the course with all the, like, rad fog or whatever you'd call it. That said, our radiation resistance isn't half bad, or it doesn't seem that bad. Like, we don't really take that much of an effect from the radiation, or at least I don't think we do. Alright, our first stop is here. So, we got the information from Dima's computer, where we did the wacky, like, hacking minigame. And now we need to follow up on the locations on the coordinates or something. Okay, I see. It's way out here. Oh, we got Murlocs. Getting him with the stabber. He's a big cheater who is evolving. Oh, this one's different. This one's glowing. Okay, I don't know what we got from him, but let me just grab that stuff real quick. What did we get from him? The cloaked leather left leg being hit with a melee generates a stealth field once every 60 seconds. Interesting. Basically armor for cowards who are trying to hide instead of having perfectly honorable battles. Another one of these weird glowing ones. Okay, this looks like our destination right here. Dima's Cache. Interesting. I feel like this is probably a good time to cure our radiation levels. So let's go with the Rad-X, the Radaway, and a Stim Pack. Alright, here we go. Wind turbine code. Okay. Okay, so the wind turbine code apparently will drop the defenses on Far Harbor, which, like, I mean, I guess he did that in the event that people questioned him or something, but who knows? Anyways, we're gonna fast travel here, and then we're gonna hit the Vim Pop Factory, because I believe we're looking for nuclear launch codes or something, and then we're also looking for, I think, a shipment of special armor. Okay, we need to go this way, right? Okay, we need to go directly above this mountain. It's all good, though. We got this. Yeah, okay. We just gotta go follow this direction. As long as the terrain doesn't, like, want to argue with us, as long as we can negotiate with the terrain effectively, we should be able to get there. I don't know which one I'm doing. I'm just gonna hit each of the bullet marks. You know, we gotta get to all of them either way, so it's all good. So, I guess with the codes, we could deactivate the defenses of Far Harbor. I don't really see the point of doing that, though. Oh, trappers. Good old knife still stinging their butts in one hit. Love to see it. I think that guy was wearing a crab trap as a helmet. These trapper guys are silly, aren't they? Alright, this is what we're looking for. Why is there fire in the distance? In we go. We got plenty of Radaway and stuff, so I'm just going to take the straight path there. Save some time. Don't care about radiation. The Vim Pop Factory. Here we are. So, judging by this, I'm guessing this place is under the control of some super mutants. No. Thought so.
Bleed and die!
Oh, disarmed him. Super sledge, I'll take it. Okay, I don't know what we're looking for in here, like I said before, so we're just gonna go in and search for it. And I think I'll know it when I see it. I guess that's what's gonna happen.
I hear something. Oh, that sounds that. What is it?
You've got Vim. Is it like a soda armor? Got him?
What? Who's there?
One thing I really like about the knife is how fast it is. Like, you can catch a lot of people before they can actually get a hit on you. Especially when combined with the fact that, as you saw right there, I disarmed him. Super Mutant Primus. Wow, this guy must think he's special. Fiery laser? That stuff doesn't look very good. I don't know if I want to fall in that. Looks dangerous. Oh, there they are. Oh, I just, like, stabbed his face in twain. It's like the Nuka-Cola power armor. Well, my character doesn't use power armor, so it is not of any use to me. Oh, there's some heavy footsteps.
Time to die.
He looked just like, what's his name, Virgil. Okay, I think we have basically cleared the facility out, though we should probably find out what that loud stomping noise is back there. So let's go see what that is. I'm pretty sure it's over here. I have a feeling this terminal will open it up, so let's go ahead and save real fast. Oh, it's advanced. Okay, hold on a second. So our words are blades, noises, answers, tedium, and endure. So none of them are all that similar to each other. Noises and blades, they at least end in ES. Okay, two similarities. Let's try blades. B-L-A-D, yeah. Okay, so locals.
Yes.
There we go. The commonality was the S at the end. Okay, remote door control, open up the door. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 1. Grun is behind door. Oh, wait, this guy is big. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Here we go. I will explore his butthole with my knife. That's right. The world's biggest close-up on a super mutant's prostate. Oh, he's dead. Okay. I'm gonna take all your property, by the way. Okay, so let's pursue the thing. What are we looking for in here? Find out Dima's secret. Okay, that's what we're trying to find out his secret. Let's follow this waypoint. That seems like a smart thing to do. Ooh, we're gonna find out his secret. So we got mouth, geeks, views, calls, looms, cares. A lot of these end with S's. That's kind of annoying. Let's start with calls. Oh! Don't mind if I do. Elevator up.
Going up.
We got this.
Ground floor.
Ground floor. So did we go up or down? Let's take some rad away, because it looks like we're in an irradiated area.
Signs of life detected. Scanning. If you need assistance, please approach the intercom.
Okay, I guess we need to interact with this.
Re-scanning. User isn't approved to enter the medical containment area. Can't say I mind the company, though. It's been a while.
Oh, it's time for the Charisma Grod.
I don't think any approved user is going to show up. You can either let me in, or you can keep waiting for eternity. Your choice.
You actually make a really good point. Very well.
The charisma god.
There you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, my power capacity is a bit low, so I'm going to go into reserves. Best of luck to you.
Stupid robots. Liquid nitrogen dispenser. Alright, so what am I looking for in here? What was the point of getting in here? I'll have to take another look. Alright, so we dug this up. Avery's locket. Who is Avery? Oh, okay. So she is Avery's skull. Avery's skull. That's the lady at Far Harbor.
Is it going to be painful?
Yes. It's going to be like having everything you are ripped out and replaced with something else. Someone else.
I'm ready. I wish I could say goodbye to everyone.
No one else can know. This isn't just about infiltrating Far Harbor. It's about becoming the human that synths drawn here need to meet. Reasonable. Willing to accept them as just another living thing. No greater or lesser than humanity itself. You'll be part of the bridge between our two worlds. That all vanishes the moment anyone discovers that it's been manufactured. That you're a synth.
Did she have to die? The woman I'm replacing? God, she looks so peaceful lying there.
Don't. Please. That blood is on my hands, not yours.
I guess you don't need to be the Institute to do Institute things, is the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, so that's the reason we came in here. Yeah, okay, I see. Oh my, December's Child. This is an interesting weapon. Too bad I don't use guns. Now I understand why I had to get in there, though. Interesting. So we now know Dima's evil secret. Get Krem's tooth? I have it in storage. It's in storage back at the Red Rocket. That's what I was using earlier until I got this knife. That was the first time chat from Denzamaster. Yeah, I had acquired it earlier. I used it for a while, actually. But I don't know, this knife has been, like, carving people up. I'd prefer something a little bit longer than a knife, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it'll have to do. It is doing.
What's that?
I don't feel like tracking down every single individual person. Okay, so what we need to do now is, I guess, there should be a third thing we're looking for. I'll have to consult my journal, though. I don't remember. Assuming this loading screen will release me from its grip. Okay, so... the nuclear launch key. Okay, so that's another thing we're looking for.
Let's play, little human.
Looks like I've got a nosy super mutant. Be not afraid. I will attend with you in just a moment. Okay. Now that I've poked his eye out, I can look for Okay, so the launch codes are over here. I don't feel like going through the water, so I'm just going to fast travel to Pines Crest Cavern, and then we're going to go there, which I guess is where the nuclear launch codes are. And of course, there's enemies here. Okay. Uh-oh, we are encumbered. Dog meat. I would love it if you helped me with that. That is a lot of weapons. Okay. Please tell me that was everybody. Yay! We can fast travel. Okay, time to get the nuclear launch codes. I could have swore he said that there was like a suit of armor or something. But like before I do anything, like, there's a few things I want to investigate. Like I want to talk to what's his name and see if we can uncover Avery as a like she's actually a robot. But first, we'll get the nuclear launch codes. No, no, let me go. Terrain. 45 miles per hour. Not a mile higher or you'll get a ticket. I had a feeling that Avery was no good. I had a bad feeling about her. I knew something was wrong. I didn't realize she was a robot. I'll just heal. No sense in saving stim packs. Like, I already got a bunch of them. Okay, so this is where the... Oh. Is this the hotel? Okay, yeah, so apparently the launch codes are in the hotel or around the hotel, one of the two.
Someone there. What? Who's there?
Super Mutant Overlord. Oh! Stabbed his face in twain. Let me guess, they're not going to come down and fight honorably? No, they're not. I have a feeling, though, we can probably just go inside, though. Let me go around real fast. It wants me to go in here. The Harbor Grand Hotel. Sure, let's do it. Wait, why won't it let me in? Okay, there was a cooldown on the door. I don't understand why there's a cooldown on the door. It's just a door. This knife is so comedic. It's like, whoa, no, don't get stabbed by this little knife. Oh, oh, you got stabbed with a little knife. Oh, got stabbed with the little knife.
Just stand still.
Oh, he was already dead. Okay, how do I get over there is the question.
Feast on your flesh, human.
So he's above me, according to this. And to no great surprise, the entire area is a maze.
Stop moving! Stop!
Yeah, the knife was not cheap. Like, we had to throw some caps down to get that knife, but the knife is paying off.
Only one of us survives this, and it won't be you.
Oh, he was too slow. Wait, how many bullets is that? That's a lot of bullets. Money. Laser rifle. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Secret compartment in the area. Don't know who that is. A gold watch? Oh. Pre-war money? Oh, yes. I will be rich. Something to unlock just because I feel like it. Even though I don't use ammo very often.
Nice.
Okay, that's what we need to interact with. Wow. It's like a single room unaffected by the nuclear apocalypse. Curio door. Nothing in it. Okay, here we go. Nuclear launch codes time. Alright, let's see what we got. Harbor Grand Hotel, thank you for your visit. Wait, did we got it? Play the tape?
Hey! Hands where I can see them. Now, where is the key?
Franny, put the gun down. What exactly do you think you're going to accomplish?
My job. You're going to give me that key, and I'm going to get paid.
Hey, the world's over. Are you really... Ah! Ah! Ah!
Scream all you want, Arnie. Everyone's been evacuated. It's just you and me. Now focus. Where is the key?
Rot in hell! Ah!
We can do this all day, Arnie.
Fine. The hell's it matter? It's on the boat. Fringe Cove docks. Combinations 44, 6, 75, 12.
Now, was that so hard? So long, Captain. Now where the hell's the release to this...
Sorry, Franny. You're stuck with me.
Okay, guess they all died or something. Alright, so we'll take that, and I don't think any of these are important. Is this what he's talking about here? What do those codes go to is my new question. Obtain the nuclear launch key. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I would love to obtain the nuclear launch key, but I assume I don't do it here. I also hope I don't need to memorize that number because I don't remember what it is. But I guess I could just replay it as well. Oh, that wasn't too hard to get out of. Okay, so let's see if we can fast travel. Heading out, Arf. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Oh, yes, loading screen. My old friend. Interesting. No, we don't want to bring those down. We don't want to confront him yet. The nuclear launch key is there. I have not been there yet. I have been here, though, right? Okay, we're gonna... Oh, of course there's enemies nearby. I need to get away from these enemies so I can fast travel. One of the things I want to do is I want to find out where this... Oh, of course, we find wildlife now. Oh, this one's special. That was a special one. Okay, can I please fast travel? I can. Nice. Okay, so I don't want to I don't want to talk to Dima about any of that stuff until we first resolve some things on Far Harbor's side of things. Okay, this is the way we need to go. We'll obtain the nuclear launch codes. I don't know what I'm going to do with the nuclear launch codes, but I'm going to obtain the nuclear launch codes. Basically, we need to get all the pieces like that. We need to have a stacked deck so that the deck is all our way and not any way their way. That's going to be the plan. The next plan is we need to do something about Avery. Because Avery is a no good gosh darn liar. I assume someone unfriendly is here. Nuclear launch codes. Show me the launch codes. Are they underwater? Oh, we've got Murlocs. Alright, let's get out of the water and fight him out of the water. Well, I don't know what options the game is going to give me with the nuclear launch code, so first I want to see what they're going to let me do with it. If I get an option to do something, I want to see what my options are first. This guy's got some health. Oh, he's a venomous angler. He's a tougher version. That's why he's so strong. Okay, we killed the Murlocs. Now we can go get the launch codes, which appear to be underwater. There we go. Let's just grab everything and assume that we got the launch codes. Bingo, bingo. We got the launch codes. So like I said, we're going to stack our deck against Dima. We're going to make sure that we've got all of the... We're going to hold all of the cards. Okay, so we've got the nuclear launch key. Okay, that's the next thing I want to do. I want to confront Avery. I know exactly who I want to talk to. I want to talk to Alan. Alan was the most level-headed guy in Far Harbor, so he's the guy I want to talk to, because I bet I can get Alan on my side. That's going to be step one. We're just going to make sure that we're going to get everything converging here. Like, you know, every direction Dima goes, all of his plans are they're my plans now. All right, where is Alan at? Alan.
Really
Let me see if he wants to talk about
for
it.
trade.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Dima killed Captain Avery and replaced her with a synth.
Yeah, right, and I'm the... Wait, you're serious, aren't you? I always knew. I fucking knew.
Well, he was easy to convince.
But your word alone don't mean
Okay,
nothing.
here we go.
Tell me you got proof. We need proof that Dima and Avery are...
Wait, he already knew?
You knew that Avery is a synth?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, she's always acting so uppity. I mean, I know she's been mainland, but she's still an islander.
What will you do with it?
If I gave you proof, what would you do with it?
What's it to... I mean, listen. If Dima is replacing us, I got a right to know. You can prove it, right?
Sure. We got the proof right here.
Here's what I got.
That amulet is Avery's. No doubt. And the skull? Skull could be anyone's, but... But Doc, Teddy can do some sort of medical test. DNA or something. Learn whether that's Avery or not. If it checks out, you come back here.
Okie dokes.
You know, when I'm feeling down, a little commerce always cheers me.
Time for some forensic investigating. Stop
Could you
moving and let me talk
examine
to you.
this skull, Doc? Could you tell me who it belongs to?
Not something I hear every day. There are some tests I could run. Seems important to you. Hand it over. All right.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
This can't be. It's impossible, right? No. Avery's been dead for years now. Acadia's done rigged the game, haven't they? This proof you got there. What do you plan on doing with it?
Oh. Let's see what he would do.
If you were in my shoes, what would you do?
Have a good long drink is what I'd do first. On one hand, people need justice, and criminals need to pay. But folk can go from God-fearing to lynching awful quick. The real question, though, is what you're planning.
Maybe that's none of your business.
I really don't know yet.
Listen, I ain't telling no one nothing. If a single word got out, well, it'd be a whole mess of bad. If you have a powerful need to bare your soul, talk with Avery herself. I know she ain't human, per se. But I know her. She's a pain in my side, but a decent sort. Whatever you do, don't tell Alan Lee. Otherwise, there'll be a whole lot of blood.
Oh, you, no! No! No!
Hey, Alan.
Did the doc look at that skull? You got proof that Avery's been replaced. Hand it here.
Here you go. The doc confirmed it. It's Avery's skull.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it's not butter.
And it's happening fucking now.
Avery! Avery! Everyone!
Oh, I guess we're not doing it who needed the Brotherhood of Steel? They're a bunch of wimps. This is the way. This is so much
Avery,
better anyways.
Where's your locket? The one your ma gave you.
Lost in a fire, you know that.
Wrong. It's in a grave. Your grave.
What? Alan,
Shut the hell up! We've been played. Played!
Like a
Dima
fiddle!
Is killing us. Replacing us with his synths. This is not Avery. This is some machine piece of shit. I got proof. 100% certifiable proof. Real Avery is 6 feet under in an unmarked grave.
please. Stop him!
You think the mainlander's gonna help you? He's the one that proved it. No one's gonna save you, Captain.
She's just a dirty synth.
Kill it.
See? See, the mainlander gets it.
First things first.
Do I get to do it? Oh, okay. Now, Alan, I don't mind if Alan does it.
I've been telling you for
Give me your
years
stuff.
we gotta do something. Time's up. We're doing it now. Grab a gun from my shop if you ain't got one. We're taking care of Acadia. Starting with that synth bastard.
Leave my dog alone!
Who else did they kill? Who's Brooks? Wait, he was a robot too. How did they know he was a robot? How did they know that? Oh, okay, so Brooks shot first, says ADH Gamer. Okay, okay. Watch or they can do it for me? Oh, man, this is great. I don't even have to do anything. Okay, I think we're good. I think we got this. Oh, man. Okay. This is so much... I originally was going to get the Brotherhood of Steel involved. I didn't want to do it, though. This is so much better. Because, like, the Brotherhood of Steel, they're a bunch of weenies. They use power armor because they're weak. They don't have 10 strength or 10 endurance. That's the problem. The true path of honor is through melee combat and becoming as ripped and jacked as possible. That's why we're going to do it this way. These guys, they don't use power armor. They're honorable. Do it. Do it!
Alan. You're here. When you first came ashore, I didn't know what to make of you. But you stood your ground against Avery. Told her straight about the children and the problem they pose. I know I run hot. I won't make no apologies. But I'm glad you were there for me. With that business with Avery. We've had our differences, to be sure. But I'm proud to stand here. With you.
Let's do this.
Are we good then?
To me, you're barely a mainlander. That work for you?
Let's do this.
I'm on your side, Alan.
Good. Acadia's been manipulating us for years. You ready to end this?
Let's hear his plan.
What's the plan of attack?
The way I figure it, we go in there and shoot everything.
Oh, yes!
With the weapons I provided and our numbers. They don't have much of a chance.
Oh, see, Todd Howard, you thought that I would side with these robots, Todd Howard. Like, see, Todd wouldn't allow me to just wipe out Acadia immediately. But I found the way. Okay, I did your jumping jacks. I did your jump rope. I did, like, your limbo thing. I went through your flaming hula hoops.
You're testing my patience.
But this is it.
Let's storm Acadia.
I like it.
Everyone, attack!
Go forth, minions!
Here we go.
Oh, who is that? That! Kill them! Do it for me. Do it. For once, I don't have to do anything. Ooh! I want to find out what happens with Kasumi. This is the... See, oh, thank God. We're getting the ending that I wanted. Oh, God. I almost thought he threw that at me for a second. Get in there! Kill them! Shoot them! Burn them! There we go. Oh, yes. The doctor, too. It's time for some clinical treatment. Is that a sniper rifle, doctor? Oh, my God. Going in with the axe? That's right. Look at this. You're a robot. You're a robot. Everybody in. Oh, man. I don't even think I'm gonna kill Deem. I'm gonna let him be killed by the rebel. Here, I want to get a front view. I need the front view of this. Med-X. Yeah, I'll just do Med-X, and I'm just gonna tank the damage right here. Who is that? That's Demon. Don't even have any words, do you? Where's everyone at? Who's doing the fighting? Sandra, I don't remember who you are. Which one are you? You're Chase? You're Synth Refugee? That's a weird name. Who would name their child Synth Refugee? Where are all my forces at? Okay, there we go. There are my forces. Go forth and destroy. Oh. Alan. This is not covered. Do you see what this is? You can. This is not cover. This is. You can literally see through it.
Nowhere for you to hide.
You can literally see through it. Oh, good throw. Oh, good throw. Good throw. Alan. Alan. Don't be a hero, Synth Refugee. You really don't want to be. Trust me. Don't be a hero. Where are all the other forces at? We brought like an angry mob. Where are the pitchforks? We got the fire. Where are the pitchforks? Uh-oh. He's throwing a hand grenade. Okay, I might need the help. Dima, we'll have words in a moment. We'll have words in a moment. Oh, burn! Burn in the holy fire! That's right. Bring out the pitchforks. Who's this? Oh, that's Alan. On your feet, dog meat. Or your paws, or whatever. Dima, we have to wait. We get. Okay, we'll get him now. Oh, there we go. Oh, I thought we might have thought. I thought he might have had his final words. I wanted to hear him like. I wanted to hear him like beg for mercy or something. To be totally honest. I wanted him to be like, oh no! All I was trying to do was like, oh, they're down. The doctor clearing. Wow, the doctor. Jewel, Miranda, Harbor Woman, who are you? Harborman, there's Kasumi, you stupid robot. Oh, she wasn't a robot. You stupid not robot. You guys don't mind if I take their stuff real quick, right? You guys are okay with that, right? I just need their stuff real fast. Oh, there's the Mariner. Look at that, bringing in the like that, busting out the sniper rifle. Oh, dog meat. I need help. No, I don't care if it's heavy. You got to take. We are bingo on inventory, I'm afraid. Okay, let me sort by the heaviest stuff. There we go. I need to drop a few things. These are really heavy. I wish I could get rid of these spacesuits because they're really heavy, but I'm kind of stuck with them because they're part of a quest. Lobster trap helmet? I'm keeping that. Let's go down a level. This is a little disappointing. I thought there would be more people here. Why is that place so important? A master lock?
Lock's really strong.
Let's find out what's in here. Well, okay, no, let's clear the area out. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's clear the area out first. Rat away and a stim pack. There are some people left who require my attention. I like how the doctor is like, you better watch out. They could turn into an angry lynching mob, and here he is with his sniper rifle. Faraday. You too were a robot. There we go. Oh, did that encumber me? Yes. Okay, we can't pick anything else up. We are bingo on cargo for now.
Hey, Alan. This is good. This is right. You did your part in this.
They had it coming.
Acadia had it coming.
Damn straight. For your part in this.
Oh,
Here,
great. I'm
we'll be
encumbered
heading
now.
back
Well, let me
to Far
guess.
Harbor.
Lucky Eddie. +2 luck. Wow. +2 luck. That's a lot of luck.
When we take care of the children of Adam, then all of this is over. And this island will go back to the way it's supposed to be.
You receive the Destroyer of Acadia perk. When severely damaged, you receive a massive damage to your bonus output for 30 seconds. Amazing! That is an honorable perk. It means that when your back is pushed against the wall, your true power is unleashed. I bet I would have got something dumb from other people. Something involving like, wow, like when you're like being nice to people, people like you and are happy, and then rainbows erupt out of the ground and other dumb stuff. Okay, let me see here. So we already maxed that out. What else did I want to do? Medicine? Oh yeah, let's max out medicine. There we go. We are now maxed out in medicine. Okay, we've got one more objective. Use the launch key to destroy Nucleus. I don't understand why we want to do that. Like, I don't follow the logic here. Why couldn't we just raid Nucleus like we did Acadia? Why would we want to set off a nuclear weapon? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, people think I'm some kind of, like, wrathful barbarian. No, there is a method to what I'm doing. Like, I am trying to make this a peaceful, nice island for Far Harbor, and I don't see how detonating a nuclear weapon is going to improve the life of Far Harbor. I don't see how that's going to happen. Like, don't we want, if we have a radiation problem, how would the introduction of additional radiation fix anything? Especially because I've already been to Nucleus, and I already killed everybody in Nucleus. Like, this is the only part of the quest that I don't agree with. Like, I wish there was a way to destroy the children of Adam without detonating a nuclear device. Because that just doesn't make sense. And I'm encumbered. There we go. No longer encumbered. Oh, if I'm fighting these guys, I'm gonna need Radaway. Or Rad-X, rather. Rad-X, let's just get completely juiced up, shall we? Buff out. I don't need the jet right now. Med-X and Psycho. Oh, not bad. She survives the hit. Where did your additional reinforcements come from? I already raided all of you and killed all of you. It's just like the stinking the railroad all over again. I killed everyone in the railroad. You didn't kill them officially, so now you got to re-kill everybody in the railroad. Can I push this yet? No.
Embrace the glow.
Embrace the glow. Wow, that guy is tough for having no body armor. Color me impressed. You're in the way, dog meat. Okay. Oh, God! Fell down. Ugh, there we go. little bit of janky platforming action, and we're back in the game. Let's deal with our radiation levels. You know what? I'm just gonna turn Radaway into my number 9, I think? Yeah. There we go. Is this a Brotherhood of Steel playthrough? I mean, I don't really care much for the Brotherhood of Steel. I did do the Brotherhood of Steel ending. It's not really what I wanted, but they were like, it's more like I settled for the Brotherhood of Steel. I could destroy them too. Like, I mean, like, I'm not exactly a fan of them either. So I think we just need to go inside the submarine now. Now, if the Enclave were here, I would side with the Enclave, because that's who I sided with in Fallout 3. I don't like any of them. Like, I think the Brotherhood of Steel is basically the Enclave light, so I just think that, like, they're just a less good choice. The Railroad is very nonsensical. Like, I just can't imagine in a world where in a society where everything has been destroyed, and let's say you have the charisma, you've got the ability to rally people together. Doctors, engineers, mechanics, and the world has been destroyed, and what you do with all of that power, getting all those people together, and your solution is to rescue people's televisions and toasters. Like, I'm just like, I'm not saying that. Why did I grab that stuff? It was glowing. I was a pretty glowing light. I just grabbed it. I just don't see the point of mobilizing such immense resources when the world has been destroyed. So I don't like them. I don't like the Institute because they're crazy. Like, I mean, you're turning people into robots. That's crazy. So you're kind of like left with the Minutemen or the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is like, okay, you know, you're good enough. Who did I side with in New Vegas? Honestly, that's a tough one as well. I kind of like Caesar's Legion. The problem is that there's just a few things that Caesar does that is, like, crazy. Like, Caesar's Code of Honor has a few missing pieces that I don't like, even though I generally agree with Caesar. But there's a few things that just make him like, oh, you know, like, you're really, like, a little too stupid on certain things. So I'm not sure. I'd have to listen to everybody pitch their case a second time. But back in the day, that was what I thought. Oh, did I just do something wrong? I hope there's not a time limit.
Protocol engaged. Blast doors sealing in 30 seconds.
I sure hope that there isn't a time limit.
25 seconds.
Uh-oh. How do I get out of here? Oh, I gotta go there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, I think this is the right way. Oh, boy, I think this is the right way. Oh, boy, I hope this is the right way. Oh, thank God this is the right way. I was thinking too much about my answer, and I hadn't really... Here's the thing about... They have this thing called streamer brain. Streamer brain is like, because you're so focused on communicating with the chat, there's a lot of details that slip your mind, and one of the details... Normally when I play offline, I can imagine the shape of... I can imagine the shape of the map in my mind, but I can't do it when I'm streaming. Am I too close?
Lockdown complete. Commencing launch.
I sure hope this isn't danger close. Ah! You received the Far Harbor Survivalist perk, which grants bonus to all damage. Oh, it means I'm just, like, amazing. Okay. I guess we blew them up. I mean, I feel like that was unnecessary, because, like, we just kind of deadified. I just went and kind of carved them up manually. Oh, let me get away from this yucky radiation. Okay, so did we win? Who do we talk to? Did that complete the quest? Let's go talk to Alan, because I want to see, you know, now that it's been done, I want to hear Alan's final thoughts. Then we're going to go, well, you know, I did what the Nakanos wanted. They wanted me to find Kasumi, and I did. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Let's go ahead and let me see what time it is.
Everyone see it?
Oh.
The nucleus is a crater now. Children of Adam are piles of radioactive slag.
So it really was a nuke?
Yeah. So stay far, far away from the nucleus. With the children gone, it's only a matter of time before the fog turns back. We've won!
That's right, because the children of Adam were empowering the fog with their magic. That's right. I forgot about that plot.
Alan.
You! There's absolutely no way those children of Adam bastards nuked themselves without a push. I gotta know. Why did you do it?
With their beliefs, their leadership, it's safer for all of us. With them out of the picture.
They kept working away at people's fears, uncertainty, poisoning their heads with lies. No, you did the right thing. I just wish I was there when you did it. Hear this. We're taking back our island. We'll make it great again. You'll be welcome anytime.
Was that a Trump reference? 1,600 caps. Okay. Let me see if he has anything else to say.
Hey, Alan.
If it ain't one of my favorite customers, what can I do you for?
You want to buy my stuff real quick? Oh, how's it going?
How's it going?
Whatever.
Oh.
I'll take a look.
Still not one for small talk. Frigid machete? We already have one of those, actually. That's the weapon he gave us. I won't sell that back to him. Meat hook? I would have liked the meat hook if it did more damage. Like, it's kind of a cool weapon, but, you know, it doesn't do a lot of damage. Plasma pistol? He can't afford that. I'm just gonna dump off whatever I can. Though a lot of this stuff is pretty... Okay, that's as close to as good as it gets. Let's see here. I don't even remember. Who was Brooks? Do I remember your face? Was Brooks the merchant? Was Brooks the general merchant?
Is this a social visit, or is something ailing you?
How's it going?
People around here have had a hard go of it, and manners on this island are a bit sparse in the best of times.
Who's gonna replace him then?
Tend to be a bit friendlier, all told, so I always enjoy the extra company.
So you have nothing to say about...
Let me see what you're selling.
What has happened?
Oh yeah, trade.
Let's see how much of this he can buy before we have all of his money. Super sledge. I think I already have a super sledge. Oh my god, investing in these guys, that was such a good idea. Like, we can actually, like, make some money finally. Oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. I'm not selling them that. I need that. I'm putting it on right now, in fact. Yeah. Let me see what I look like. Nice. I look like some shitty indie horror game villain. Like, instead of Siren Head, I'm like Lobster Head. Okay, I think our job is done here. No. We still have to talk to the Nakanos. That's right. Okay, back to Commonwealth. And then we have one more DLC to do. I'm told it's a shorter one, but we do have one more and then after that, I will have officially beaten all of the primary content in Fallout 4 for the first time. Where are the Nakanos at? The Nakanos are... Here we go. Travel to the Nakanos. I should make an evil robot companion. I never really explored the robot creation process that much, to be honest. I might do it in a following playthrough, though. The returning hero! Good news!
My daughter is human. She's not a synth.
No, she was a robot. Where is Mr. Nakano at? Mr. Nakano. Ah, outside.
You're back.
Mr.
But
Nakano.
Kasumi isn't with you?
Mr. Nakano, I have bad news. Kasumi, she didn't make it.
What? I hired you to find her, to bring her back safely. What happened? What did they do to my little girl?
The robots killed her.
Those synths she ran away to find are the reason your daughter is dead. You were right to be worried, Kenji.
It's everything I was afraid of. They lured her away, and now she's gone. She died over all this nonsense about being a synth. Tell me it wasn't true. Tell me she was still my daughter.
Yeah, she was a robot.
She was a synth, Kenji. She replaced your real daughter.
No. No, it isn't true. Oh, God. How long was I worried about that thing when the real Kasumi was already dead? Please, just leave. My wife and I need time alone.
Yeah, I need to tell his wife too. She was a robot.
My baby is dead. Oh, God.
God can't help you now.
Mrs. Nakano.
Hasn't enough happened to us?
That's all you have to say? Well, mission accomplished. All is well that ends well. Don't we need to talk to what's her name? We have to talk to Ellie, right? I think we need to talk to Ellie. Mission accomplished. Yeah, talk to Ellie. That's a badass looking scorpion. He's got the mega chompy arms. First I chat from Gillette12345 says, hello, I am new. I guess so am I. Like, this is my first playthrough of Fallout 4. And we are just now wrapping up Far Harbor. We did it. We brought those no-good robots to justice.
How did everything go with the Nakano
Oh,
case?
it went great. It went good. This is probably the best time to say something sarcastic.
I have been declared King of Far Harbor. You may bow.
Oh boy, it's like that, is it? Why do I always get stuck with the smartasses? All right, I'll just mark the case as being closed with a note about this Far Harbor place. Thanks for coming in for this one. I knew something good was happening when you and Nick started working together. Don't be a stranger, Gumshoe.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're giving our friend here all the credit.
Just keeping you on your toes, Nick.
Winner! And once again, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
Who's there?
Oh, let me guess. The Triggermen are here to avenge What's-His-Face's death?
Oh. Wait a minute.
Yep. Oh, don't shoot the guard. Oh, 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 oh. I'm taking cover behind the guard.
The legend himself. Way to give it to the Institute. You're like my hero or something. I don't know. Thanks.
Don't look at me, Darcy. The Triggermen. You guys would be cool if you actually wore armor. But because you don't wear armor, you all die in like one hit.
Good to see you. No trouble here.
Okay, so we got one last quest to do. Or one last DLC to do. I don't know how to start it though, so chat, you're gonna have to help me. We need to do the Vault-Tec DLC. Which one of these is the Vault-Tec DLC? Or how do I start it? The radio? Oh, it must be this. Everyone says I need to do Vault 88. Wait, let me guess my radio volume is out. Audio, yeah, radio volume. To the max, please.
Impish. Vault 88 emergency classification. Unspecified integrity breach warning. Any available Vault-Tec personnel are required to respond under Emergency Protocol VT-76. This signal will repeat.
It's too bad Zen Master isn't here. He's been wanting me to do Vault 88. For those of you in the chat who don't know, Zen Master is the villain of this series. He is a member of self-same community that is always trying to defeat me at every
This
turn.
is an emergency broadcast signal from Vault 88. Authentication code word, Impish.
So where do I need to
Vault
go?
88 emergency classification.
What quest did it
Unspecified
give me?
integrity breach warning. Any
Did it give me a
available
quest?
Vault-Tec personnel are required to respond under Emergency Protocol VT-76. This signal will repeat.
I thought these were things I could loot for a second. Okay, so did it give me a quest, or do I just have to go there? What do I do now? Oh! My objective is always to, like, it's like there's a struggle between good and evil, where Zen Master is always trying to do evil, and I'm always the one who's trying to do good. Okay, that's gonna drive me nuts. Alright, this giant cog-shaped thing must be Vault 88. This looks like a job for the samurai of the Commonwealth. I sense a distinctive lack of honor emanating from Vault 88. Something that I need to rectify with my certain set of skills. I am the world's leading expert on things that are honorable and dishonorable, so, like, they're in good hands. Okay, this is the right place. This looks like a massive quarry.
What the?
Oh! Honorable! Face me! Honorable, but, you know, honor alone is only one requirement. Oh! We stab you in the face. You need to go back to Destiny. You look like, one of the Guardians. There we go. We've discovered. Attack!
Who's there?
Too slow. Okay, that is one thing I really like about this. Oh, he's skilled. Okay, I stabbed him in the shoulder stab was too much for him. One thing I really like about the knife is, specifically with the running attack, it's so fast that sometimes you can just, like, interrupt them. These guys all look like rejected Star Wars villains. Who's in here? Dog meat. See that? There we go. There, I did it right that time. I interrupted his attack with the, like, stibbity stabber. Look, I'd rather have a samurai sword. Unfortunately, the shish kebab, I haven't found one that does more than, like, 70 damage. So, like, until I get a proper samurai sword that does more damage, we're stuck with, like, you know, the box cutter attached to a handle. Alright. Wait, nope, we got a red dot over here. Multiple red dots. Why is there so much radiation? I'll do it. I'll put on a Rad X. Don't think I won't do it. What's this chest? Ooh, full of stuff. I don't want to loot these guys because I'm always running out of inventory. I hate mazes. Just come out and fight and die. You dishonorable raiders. Okay, I honestly have no idea how to get to that guy. Let's just focus on getting into Vault 88 instead of, like, going on a wild goose chase. Seems like a smarter idea. The radiation barrels. Why would they dump the radiation barrels here? Oh, this looks good. Is it... This guy looks like Scarface. Oh. Oh, look. There we go. Ran out of blood. Too bad. Wooden crate. I don't feel like doing this right now. Okay, we gotta find the entrance to Vault 88. Oh, this looks promising. Oh, we're in! Okay, so this is the only DLC I haven't done. The Vault. I'm told it's not a very long one. But, you know, might as well be, you know, comprehensive about it.
At once. The vault doors were meant to withstand a direct nuclear strike. Your attempts to breach this facility are laughable. Leave at once, or there will be consequences. Whoever you are, stop.
Okay. Now that I have taken my vault back, let's go inside. Plug my USB in. In we go.
What? You have a pit boy? Wait. Are you Vault-Tec? Have you finally come to save me? Please. I'm trapped behind a mountain of rubble. The key to freeing me is getting the workshop operational. First, lift the security lockdown and get to the reactor room.
Good gravy! It's Dawn of the Dead!
So many years stranded here. But you can assure Dr. Braun, if he's even still around, that I have used the time productively. The great work is ready to begin.
Okay, which direction should I go in? They all look equally good to me. That's the right way, so let's go the wrong way. Can't go that way.
Terminal should open this.
Doesn't work. So this area is apparently infested with zombironis. So that means that I'm gonna have to make like Leon Kennedy and dispense some justice. Security terminal. Lift the security, yes. Oh, I like the sound of that. Yes, yes, lift it up.
Very good. Vault-Tec workshops require their control board to function.
Undamaged
During
cigarettes.
emergencies, the procedure is to
Gray
store it in the
torch.
reactor room. Look in there and you should find it.
What else did this thing say? Do I use a USB? Technically, I am using two different devices to communicate with you. my microphone is a USB, but my headset is not. My headset is a pretty nice Bear Dynamics headset. It's actually one that is used for music, and it requires an adapter to be hooked up into my computer. It's really, really nice, though. I lost my train of thought, though. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm guessing that the doors that were previously inaccessible are no longer inaccessible. And I'm right. Chiefs... Wow, this guy is buff. He's the buff zombie. Good gravy. Why is he so beefy? Let me get a piece of that leg. That's right. Cut you down to size. Vault-Tec control board. Looks important. Plasma-infused pistol. Looks like a normal pistol to me. Hush, dog meat. Here.
Heads up.
Oh, okay, you're fine now. Why did I kill this guy? Was I supposed to do something? Repair the Vault-Tec workshop. Okay, okay. Uh-oh, I gotta build things. I'm really bad at this part. Special? Oh no, I am bad at building. Clear the rubble. Oh, okay. I bet I can just scrap it now. I see. Oh my god.
You aren't what I was expecting. You do have a Pip-Boy. You're from a vault. But you're clearly not with Vault-Tec. What are you doing here? Why did you help me?
I don't negotiate with the undead.
I just wanted to get inside here. It had nothing to do with you.
Then I'm fortunate you were passing through. My name is Valerie Barstow, and I was to be the overseer of this vault. But please, follow me. I have a proposal for you. It's been a hard 200 years. I was...
That solves that. I don't negotiate with the undead. Okie dokes, time to take all their property now. And clear the rest of this place out. That's the end of you. Oh my god, I thought this guy was a hologram. I was actually looking at this thing, and I thought it was a hologram. I was like, when did somebody have the technology to have a hologram? I just speed ran the DLC. I love Todd Howard. If only Todd Howard would allow me to solve more of the DLCs this way, I would be able to speedrun the DLCs way more effectively. Who else is in here? Did I get everyone? Why did I kill her? Because she was dishonorable. Okay, I think we're done. North sector. East sector. Wait, are you able to rebuild this entire place? Is that the point of this DLC? You can rebuild this entire place? That is actually kind of wild. Yeah, this entire place can be reconstructed. What is this huge thing? Vault-Tec Super Reactor Core. Can I keep this? Can I take this with me? Oh boy. Oh. What goes in here? I want to see what's in here. So this could become a settlement. You could move people in. Oh! You thought you'd escape me. Oh god, yucky radiation. Stay away. Apparently my job is not done yet. Oh, I can't access the ability to remove obstacles, so that must be the limit. Oh, what's over here? I see, a Mirelurk. Interesting. So the Mirelurks are in a trade agreement with the zombies, apparently. That's fine. How do you like that? There we go. Now these guys don't have a shell for some reason, which ultimately makes them really easy to kill. Wouldn't advise not having a shell if that's one of your abilities. Wouldn't advise it. Ah! A real opponent. The time has come. A real opponent has arrived. Let's do Buff Out, Jet, Medex, Psycho. Attack! First, we have to stab it in the butt. That's its main weak point. Wait, unless I'm underwater. Here we go. Sure. Get it. We have to get it in the butt. The butt. The butt. You see me? Whoa, I'm so fast. Okay. Give me your stuff, by the way. So what do we have in here? This is the east sector. Activate the water pump.
Won't work without power.
Oh, it needs electricity. Interesting. I see. So this is, I guess this would give you unlimited water for your, you know, I'm guessing that's the whole point of this. It gives you unlimited water if you were to get it up and running. That would be my assumption. I see. I could... Oh. Oh, I see. I do have a gun. I have the gun that Dance gave me. He doesn't need it now that I chopped his head off, but you know, like, yeah, I Dance's gun I use sometimes if there's an enemy who will not fight me fairly in melee combat. Sometimes I have to break the gun out. Oh.
Hell yeah.
Gives you 100 water, jeez. You should not have questioned me. Oh! Wow. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. I guess I could do things here now. I don't think I'm gonna do anything, but yeah, I'm just kind of exploring the vault. That's kind of fun. Go to the radiated room and clear the rubble. Okay, I can do that. Oh, I see. It's closer now. Oh. Oh, good gravy. Oh, he's fast. Impressive technique for a bug. But you didn't train hard enough. Oh god, that's a lot of reds. Ow! That's a lot of reds. Oh, it's on the ceiling too. I see it now. Well, there's so much of it. We gotta get rid of all this. We gotta clean this place up. Man, like, why are people having so much trouble in Fallout with radiation? All you gotta do is walk up and just push the R button, and it gets rid of the radioactive material. It's like, I don't understand why people are... Oh! I'm not ready! I'm not ready! I'm not ready! This is their leader. We could have worked this out. We could have negotiated. Maybe we could have had a trade agreement. But you betrayed me. Now there will be no trade agreement. Rad scorpion meat. I don't know about that now. I'm gonna press X to doubt on rad scorpion meat. Okay, let's clean this area up. Oh. Okay, we're getting rid of all of the radioactive materials. I can get rid of that entire rock pillar? Jeez. Okay, we got rid of all... Wait. How far does this go? Why is it so big? Oh, he shoots missiles! My robot slaying sword. Legendary Annihilator Sentry Bot. Wow. Let's do this! With my robot slaying sword. He used the stim pack. I can't see my health right now. They've made my health disappear. I can't tell how damaged I am. You missed. That was a miss. Oh, God. He knows the way of punching people in the face. It is an ancient technique. Did I just get a rolling pin from... What did he give me? What is that, a rolling pin? Is that what I... We gotta clean up all this radioactive stuff. Is this a giant straw? Okay, I'm guessing it doesn't go any... I don't think I can go any... What does this thing do? 50% more damage against zombies. Awesome. If I find one, I'll try it out. Now look how cool I am. My guy is really cool. I'm like some weird character from an indie horror game. Calitho subs from T1. She's been a sub for 15 months. Good gravy. How is it going, Callie? You already know what I'm doing. Bringing honor and justice back to the Commonwealth. Wait, those... You will suffer my wrath. Oh, you think I'm gonna get closer to the radioactive things, do you? Oh, how about that? I'll take them away. What? Yeah. What? The rolling pin strikes. The more I play this game, the more I feel like I'm playing World of Warcraft, because there is a rolling pin weapon in World of Warcraft. Callie says, mole rats are what's for dinner. Would you prepare mole rat with a rolling pin? Okay. I think we're good. I think we removed all the... I don't think we can go any further. I think that's as far as it goes. It would tenderize the meat, says Callie. Is that what the rolling pin would do? It tenderize them? Does that mean that mole rat meat would be very... Tenderize this robot? That's what it gets for thinking that it could defeat me with low-tech weapons like missile launchers. Aha! 50% more damage to the undead. So I can't remove this, can I? Okay, can I remove this? Nope, can't remove that. Where is the new section? You have to tell me where to go, ADH Gamer. I have no idea where I'm going. No thanks to that stupid overseer who was useless. Can I clear this? This looks suspiciously clearable. This is the final DLC, Callie. Like, I have completed all the DLCs except this one. So I have already brought honor and justice to both Nuka World and to Far Harbor. It's literally whack-a-mole. Literally. Literally whack-a-mole. I see. So they were using this as a stone quarry. They were cutting stones and then shaving them into blocks. Interesting. Did I side with the raiders? I kind of just did quests. I wasn't really... Okay. I can't... that must mean there's another generator to repair because I cannot access any of my tools here. Which plotline did I go with in Far Harbor, are you asking? I told Alan that Avery is a robot, and then I gathered up a mob of angry people with pitchforks, and then we killed everybody in Acadia, and in the process, Kasumi also died. But she was a robot, so that's okay. That's okay. Follow the closest marker. Go back. Oh, you must mean this marker, the one that's north. I gotta go through the radioactive area? But I did what the Nakanas want. I found her. That's all that really mattered. I found her, and then I told them that I found her, but she's dead. But it's all good. You know, they pay me my money. That's all that really matters. Oh, we get to use our damage bonus there. 50% more damage against undead. There we go. Why is this area so big? It feels like you would never need... It feels like you would never need an area this big to build with. This feels completely unnecessary. Like, what would you ever do with all this space? This guy looks so weird. He looks. It looks like I'm looking at a negative film. I went with the Brotherhood. Okay, so there must be a device I can repair so I can gain access to... Heavy rads here. Is this backwards? Yeah, this is backwards. Well, the first thing I did was, I killed everybody in the Institute. And then I went with the Brotherhood. And then I guess we re-killed everybody in the Institute. Oh, here's something. Nope. Look, here's a hole. Okay, that went over here. Where does this go? I would have destroyed the Brotherhood too, but there I just had to settle for the Brotherhood. I mean, I don't know where the bench is. What is my current objective? Turn on the Vault-Tec workshop in the northeast. Okay. Let's follow our icons. Maybe the icons will lead me to it. Maybe if you could beat the game, with the Nuka World gangs, maybe maybe I'd give that a try, but that wasn't one of the options. Alright, I'm gonna try to pursue these objective markers, because I feel like that's what I need to do. There's one really close, but it's above me. Oh, here it is. Okay. Find the control board. Well, let's just continue looking. Look, if you guys think I'm just going in circles and doing things inefficiently, it's hard to navigate and read the chat at the same time.
Yes.
Got it. Bingo. The main problem I have with Fallout is that they don't let me get the ending I want. Like, in Fallout 3, I always go with the poisoning the Project Purity with the modified FEV. But then in Broken Steel, they don't let you actually do anything. They don't actually let you pursue that storyline. Okay, here's the last one. Okay, now we've got an objective update, so we now know where the control board is. Well, it's kind of neat that you have to clean the area out. It's kind of neat that they, Did I murder Dance? No. That would be like asking... Did I murder my toaster when I threw it on the ground? Bingo! I've had enough of these mole rats. I know Callie's like salivating. She's like, oh, precious meat. I'm just going over here to see if there's anything to kill. Let me use my real weapon now. All of the meat going to waste. Rad scorpion stew. Mmm, yummy. Sounds delicious. Yep, mole rats, I get it. I get it, there's mole rats. Oh, I got a 2-for-1 special there. Seems like this vault was largely incomplete. I guess that's the theme? There is so much space here. I don't understand what you would do with all this space. I mean, I get you could just build and build and build, but God, it's so much space. Everyone thinks my decision-making in this game is completely random. It's actually very calculated. Like, I am role-playing a very specific character that has very specific goals and motivations, and none of my decisions are random. And I will chop, and I will stab, and I will cut the people who think that, that I am the bad guy of this playthrough. Here we go. You know what I like about this is how I can continue doing the quest even though I killed what's-her-face. I wish more of the quests were like this. Yay! Winner! I think we won. Winner! Okay, now for the hard part. Finding out how to get out of here. That's the hard part. Can I fast travel? Maybe I can fast travel? Yeah! Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Todd. How it just works. Okay, so we have officially beaten the game. We beat all of the main storylines and all of the quests, or not all the quests, but we beat the main storyline, and I did the primary storyline of all the DLCs. We have done all of it. It's been quite a journey, but I have done all of it. I speed ran the DLC. Like, the Overseer was, like, out of her mind, and so I just, like, wait! You're right, Zen Master. The synth hit, like, who... Zen Master tells me he knows who all of the robots in the Wasteland are. Sturgis is a robot? I knew it! I never liked them. I always knew it. I knew it. Magnolia's immortal. I can't kill Magnolia. I don't... can I kill Sturgis? Brooks. He's dead already. Alan killed Brooks. Captain Avery's also dead. Sturgis, we're gonna have words.
Huh?
We are gonna have words, Sturgis. We are gonna have words once I find Sturgis. Actually, first...
Hey, Carla.
Back again? Time to do business?
I don't like your jawline, Carla.
Let's see what you have.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
There we go. Invest. Baseball bat could be fun. Battered fedora, combat leg, yeah. Oh, I can't sell the Mechanist helmet. That's like one of my favorite items. Okay, good enough. We already killed Paladin Dance. Where is Sturgis at? How do I find people in my community? The mayor is a robot? Good point. He might be on guard duty. Good point, ADHD gamer. Sturgis.
What's up? Let's trade some things.
Oh, you don't want to talk, do you?
Oh man taught me.
No! 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 Todd Howard, it doesn't just work. It doesn't just work, Todd Howard. It doesn't just work. It just works. It just... Damn you, Todd Howard. Who else is a robot? You said the mayor is a robot. Wow. The mayor is a robot. Oh, what if I tell the mayor that the Institute got blown up? That'd be interesting. That could be fun. X688, that name means absolutely nothing to me. I have no idea who that... Oh, let's talk to... You know, we never finished this up with Darcy.
Excuse me.
You haven't found out anything about Paul yet, have you?
Yeah, he's dead.
Paul's dead.
Oh my god. How do you... Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I killed him.
I killed him.
My god! You... Why? Why did you do it? Can you at least tell me that?
So technically, the reason he's dead is not on the list. Because if you remember in the stream, the reason why he died is because I tried to go into stealth, but I rebound my keys so that control would become my power attack and alt would be stealth. I reversed them because I didn't like power attack being alt. And so I accidentally hit the power attack button while looking at Paul's knee and obliterated him in one hit. That was like...
Come on already.
It just happened.
It's just something that happened.
Well, you ruined my life. I hope you can live with that.
Yes, I can. All's well that ends well. What was I gonna do? The mayor, of course. The mayor is a robot.
Hey,
where does the mayor? The mayor's probably in his office.
Quincy?
We can't kill Nick Valentine. We don't know. He's immortal. I can't kill him. I would kill him, but he's immortal.
Leave it at that.
Bellingham, the best you've ever made.
Thank you, sir.
Where does the mayor live? Okay, he's up there, isn't he? Where's that elevator? It's right around here, isn't it? Where's the elevator? Oh, here we go. Mayor. It says mayor right here. There we go. Wow. You guys could use an upgrade with your elevator here. Yep. Elevator up. Kusumi's dead too. Like, I already know she's a robot. We killed her too. I think the doctor shot her with a sniper rifle.
Yes, Piper. Congratulations, you've won. I hope you break your foot trying to kick that door down.
Ugh, damn it, it won't budge. Damn it, McDonough's locked the door.
Well, I sure hope this button here doesn't open the door.
That's far enough.
Help me! He's crazy!
I am not just going to be discarded and tossed to the wolves. I'm the mayor, goddammit!
I think this is the perfect time to say something sarcastic.
Hell, I'd vote for him again.
Cracking jokes? I'll kill her. I swear I will. Now,
Piper didn't like my joke.
What's going to happen next? I'm walking out of this city, unharmed, with my dignity intact.
You're not getting off the hook that easy, McDonough. You have to answer for what you've done.
I'm either walking out of the city a free man, or I'm killing as many of you disgusting, filthy savages as I can.
Then what?
What are you gonna do then, McDonough?
I can't go back to the Institute. I can't stay
Yeah, you're right. It
here,
blew up.
But I'm a man of resourcefulness. I'll make my way. Just let me go. Hasn't there been enough bloodshed? Think about poor Mr. Sullivan.
Who? Who was that? Who is Mr. Sullivan, Chan? I don't remember who that was. I don't remember who Sullivan was.
Stalling for time?
I don't know what he thinks this gun is gonna do. Like, I mean, I can duel a super mutant like Behemoth in melee combat. You know, it's really unfortunate because I really like the mayor. Like, this is the only robot that I feel conflicted about, honestly. He's the only robot that I like. Like, this is the first time in the game I'm having a moral dilemma, because I like the mayor.
Stalling for time?
What if I make him the only robot that I allow to leave? He's the only good robot, after all.
Well, going to say something?
He's not going to go to trial. Like, trials are for people who, like, don't have huge muscles. So that this option, the Western option, is off the list. The Northern option doesn't do anything. So we've got East and South. If they think I shouldn't trust robots?
Something?
ADHD Gamer says I shouldn't trust robots. Kazef, who is a new chatter, says that there's no honor in life. It's true that there isn't any honor in allowing robots. And yet it's like he was the only. It's such a shame that the mayor was a robot. It's such a shame because he was the only honorable robot. Zenmaster says I should spare the mayor. Zenmaster, explain why the mayor should be spared. Whoever gives the most convincing argument for attack or agree to his terms is what I'll pick. That's what I'll pick. It's now in the it's in the hands of the chat. We're also gonna take a poll real fast. We're gonna take a poll. New poll. Fate of the mayor. Attack him and agree to his terms. 3 minutes on the poll. Okay. So Zen Master's argument is that because he called the savages that's a pretty good argument.
Stalling for time?
ADHD Gamer says, I have to kill the robot because robots can't be trusted. That's also a good argument. That's also a good argument. Kazef says that he's a robot, and what would your brothers in the Brotherhood say?
Going to say something?
It's true that he's a robot, but, like, we have to remember that the Brotherhood is weak. Anyone who uses power armor, it means they don't have 10 strength and 10 endurance. Like, the Brotherhood is weak because they use power armor. Like, they diminish themselves, and because they use power armor, they're actually a bunch of weaklings. Like, the true power is in making your body perfect. That is where the true power is. So, like, if we quote-unquote dishonor the Brotherhood, what we're really doing is just T-posing on betas. That's all that's happening if we're bad to the Brotherhood. So, like, the Brotherhood, like, you know,
going to say
him being a robot is still, like, the biggest argument. I mean, like, look at me. I've got a lobster trap for a head. Like, there is no way that the Brotherhood... Wait, why am I drifting off course? I've got a lobster trap for a head.
Well, going to say something?
He's an informant for the Institute. Come on, Zen Master. You're the only one arguing to save him. Like, right now, like, I've got a mob with pitchforks who want the mayor dead, and you're the only one defending him. Where's Callie at? Callie would defend the mayor, I bet.
Well, going
the
to
poll
say
is almost
something?
over. You guys got a minute left to vote. How would I feel if the weak call me weak? I would feel nothing, because I know the truth. It's like I would allow them to spit their jealousy upon me. When the weak make fun of you, it is as if it is raining jealousy down from the heavens. Infinity, oh my God, it's growing. There are more people calling for the mayor's death. I don't know if I can overrule the will of the people here.
Stalling for time?
Okay, here, I'm gonna, here's the, it's 4-2. 4-2. Zen Master, this was your chance to be like the star of the show, and you have failed me. Look at what Zen Master just said. Well, I just say I can't do it now. I wanted to let him go, but you blew it, Zen Master.
Trying to shut you up for good.
You'll never take
I'll
me
give you the
alive.
honor of the first attack.
Without a mayor, the city council will be next in line to pick up the pieces. Let's hope they do a better job. I don't know when people are gonna be ready for another mayoral election. Not gonna be soon, that's for sure. But at least now, Diamond City will finally have the truth.
Kellogg, he had Kellogg's house key. Wow. There's his robot body part. It's probably his penis. I bet he has a robot penis. Look at his face. It looks like he just busted a good nut. Wow. Or he's in the process. Why did this open? Oh, is this his, like, private stash? And the lion, the cast bronze iron lion is kind of cool. What were his, like, institute orders? I wonder. Does he have a terminal that talks about his institute of orders? I can't help but feel that we did like an unjust thing. Okay, let's hack this crazy thing. Peril, meant, deems, basic, Jerry, ahead. None of these words have a lot in common. So let's just start with... They don't even end with the... Okay, there's got to be a word that at least starts with the same letter. P, B, J, A, M, D. Wow, none of these words have anything in common with anything. Start with peril. Wow. One thing in common. It could be the I. I think it's the I. It's not the I. Okay. I thought maybe the I shared it in common. P, A, H, E. No, it can't be ahead. Deems. It could be the E. Okay. We gotta redo it. Sometimes I think the basic ones are harder than the advanced ones. I'm trying to find the refill. Where is the refill at? Give me my refill. Dud remove, dud remove. Where's a refill at? I can't find my refill. Refill. Where is the refill at? Huh. Okay, let's redo it then. Scope. Scour. Cheat. Speak. Solar. Samba. Okay, we got a lot that start with S. Let's start with S. Let's do... Scour. Oh. I'm gonna go with scope. S-C-O. Bam. Safe control. Disengage the lock. Alright, let's find out what dirt the, what do we got in here? Appointments. I bet none of these have anything to do with the Institute. City council meetings. See this note. Council meeting is suspended. No, there's got to be something about... Okay, this is, under no circumstances Piper be allowed in this office. That doesn't tell... Wait. Did that say something about the Institute? If she continues to press on this Institute crusade of hers, there will be consequence. Okay, it doesn't... Couriers. Note to Geneva. Nope, nothing good there. There's got to be something about his Institute goings. Power noodle stand. The wall. Security offices. No. House foreclosure. Nothing good there. No. Where's the safe at? Let's see what's in the safe. Oh, you didn't like me taking his stuff? I defeated him in, like, legal combat. Sea captain's hat. Ooh, I want that. What do you have to say about this?
Hey, Piper.
I got a lot to clean up here, Blue. Hit me up again later.
Okay. Is there anyone else on the robot hit list that we can kill? Is there anyone else? Or all of them immortal? We got the mayor. Who else is on the list that we can kill? We couldn't kill Sturgis. He was immortal. Dance is already dead. Kasumi, we already got her. Avery and Brooks are dead. I am on whatever the default difficulty is. I think we're normal. I'm on whatever the default difficulty is. The rest are immortal. Wow. It just works, says Todd Howard. And yet I cannot kill all of the robots. I'd have to download a mod to remove their immortality. Well, I've done it. I have brought justice to the Commonwealth. Oh, yes. I preemptively killed the robot farmer. I remember that. This is a long elevator ride. Okay, as is tradition, with any time I complete a game, I will now reflect on it and I will answer any questions you might have about regarding what I thought about my experience with Fallout 4. The first question I'll quickly answer is, I did enjoy it, and I would be willing to do another playthrough. Not immediately, like, you know, I don't like to overdo it on any one game because I don't want to burn out. A follow-up playthrough, I could see myself doing a survival playthrough, and perhaps a modded playthrough. A quick question I'll ask, well, why have I only played Fallout 4, you know, like 10 years later? The origin story for why I did not play Fallout is because when it originally came out, there was a controversy surrounding it online, and people were saying that it was going to be a dumbed-down garbage game and that it wouldn't be as good as the other Fallout games. And so, because there were other games that I wanted to play, I had other options at the time, I just believed what I was told. But once again, I did have other games I was interested in, and, you know, it's a $60 game, so it could be expensive. In addition to that, I was also starting to lose faith. Not starting to, well, I did lose faith in AAA games. And so I just said, well, you know what, here it goes again. Another game that I like has been dumbed down, and it's not going to be as good. And so that is why I did not play Fallout 4. And why did I play Fallout 4? It is because my community voted for it. I held a competition for 10 games, and whichever one won the vote, and it was Fallout 4, which won by 3 votes over Project Zomboid, 28 votes to 25. What did I think about the building? I did not want to do a lot of the building because I felt like I would lose viewership. Mainly from the perspective that I think a lot of people would get bored of watching me learn how to build things. So I kind of skipped it because I wanted to keep the show moving. Because, like, I didn't want to, like, well, I started building, and, like, I went from, like, 20 to 30. I went from, like, 30 viewers down to, like, 15. And I'm like, okay, I get it. It's not fun to watch me build. And that's, you know, that's not other people's fault. That's my fault for not making it more entertaining. It's my job to be the entertainer. So I said, you know what? It's probably just not interesting to watch me build, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that part, and that's why I didn't do a lot of the building. That doesn't mean I disliked the building, it just meant that I didn't want to do it live. That's also why I did a lot of my selling. I didn't want to make the stream watch me sell things too frequently. I did do it in Far Harbor, but a lot of the time, I would just dump my stuff to sell in a cargo crate, and then in between the streams I would sell my stuff because I didn't want to watch people, you know, I didn't want to make people watch me sell things repeatedly. ADHD Gamer asks, was Fallout 4 better than I expected, and by how much? Yes, it was a lot. Also, that was a question by Kezef. Did I do any settlement building? I did do some minimal settlement building. I didn't get too deep into it, though. It is something that I wouldn't mind revisiting. Something I wanted to build, Kezef, was an execution chamber for dishonorable people. I wanted to build an area with a robot death arena where they would be forced to battle my robot death troopers. And anyone who was dishonorable and not worthy to be in my samurai republic would be sent there for, like, execution. That was one of the things I planned on doing. ADH Gamer is, what was the game better than I expected, and by how much? It was a lot better than I expected. I actually would say that I like this better than Fallout 3. That's probably a little bit surprising to some people, but yes, in the end, I did enjoy this game a lot more than Fallout 3, and I would say one of the big parts of it is the perk system. I don't like how in Fallout 3, you only get like something like 20 or 25 perks without broken steel, and then you get maybe 30 perks with broken steel. And that's something that I never enjoyed because what if I just want to derp around and try some of the fun perks? Now, I could do that. Nothing stops you from doing it, but it always felt bad. The min-maxer in me would always feel like triggered, basically, that I'm just derping around with dumb perks when I should be choosing good perks. Whereas in Fallout 4, I feel like I could just choose anything I want. And I really like that. I really like being able to build kind of any character I want. Also, for there only being like 30 perk choices, I felt that there were a lot of filler perks in Fallout 3, such as like Daddy's Boy. Daddy's Boy is like +5 science, +5 medicine per perk. To me, that just feels like a really garbage, wasted perk. And there's a lot of skills, there's a lot of perks like that in Fallout 3, whereas I felt like most of the perks in Fallout 4 were pretty cool. They either did something that was obviously good for my build, like the melee perk, or they just did something that was cool. Like, there were some perks I didn't get to use that I wanted. For example, I just wanted to be I wanted to be immortal. I wanted to have, like, you know, adamantine limbs. I never got around to it because I didn't have enough perk points, but I was like, dude, I'll just be, like, immortal. I mean, I know it wouldn't make me literally immortal, but, you know, as a streamer, my job is to kind of play things up and be stupid, and I was going to roleplay that I was basically, like, the ultimate body. And it's like, why would I need a power armor to wear when I have a power armor inside? Which might make me sound like a robot, but anyone who questions me, I would take every drug in the world combined and show them, like, how 200 IQ I am. That would have been my plan. Kazev says there's a mod called Sim Settlement that I've actually seen that mod on Nexus Mods. I read the description on it. Am I planning to do New Vegas or Fallout 1 or 2? I wouldn't mind. I mean, I never finished Fallout 3 on stream. I could go back and revisit Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I wouldn't be unwilling to do that. In fact, I mean, I've never played Fallout 1 or 2. I hear they're, like, totally different because they're a isometric role-playing game. I would be unwilling to give it a try. But the thing is, I haven't played New Vegas since it was literally brand new. So I'm much more interested in playing New Vegas again because although it wouldn't literally be new, like I said, I only played New Vegas once when it was brand new, and I barely remember it. So, like, it would almost be like a new experience once again. But to finish up ADHD Gamer's question, by how much more did I liked it a lot more than I thought. I will talk about, like, what did I not like about Fallout 4? Now, this is not just the Fallout 4 thing. This is just a Bethesda games in general thing. I don't like it that I can't just kill anyone I want. In Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, you can kill anyone you want. Now, if you happen to kill somebody that breaks a major quest chain, it'll let you know. It'll give you a pop-up and say, hey, by the way, you know, the person you killed has severed the threads of fate, and, you know, now you're in this doomed world. You can either continue playing or reload. That's fine, but I want to be able to kill anyone I want. One of the people who really pissed me off was, where was the quest at? I still have it here. Where is it? It was Ronnie Shaw. Old Guns. So you go over to Ronnie Shaw, and, like, from a role-playing perspective, because I made my decisions in this game from a role-playing perspective, I killed the Mirelurk Queen, my first Mirelurk Queen, with a sword in melee combat. And I'm like, that would be my legend. Like, you're telling me you're going to come up to me after I killed the Mirelurk Queen in literally melee combat, and you're going to talk smack to me? The samurai of the Commonwealth? And I would have just beheaded her in an instant if somebody talked to me like that, and I was the one who killed the Mirelurk Queen in melee combat in pretty early... I did the quest before people told me to do it, too. People told me you should be higher level to do that. And so, like, I'm like, you're going to talk to me, the guy who killed the Mirelurk Queen in melee? No. And I would have just, like, zap. I just would have slashed her face off like it was some crazy, like, weeb stuff in an anime. I would have been like, zing! In slow motion, I would have done it just like that. And unfortunately, I couldn't kill her, and I wouldn't care if it broke the quest, because like I said, if I'm going to do things from a role-playing perspective, I don't care if I screw a quest over and I break the quest. That's how I want the story to be. Like, this bitch talks smack to me, bam, that's the end of her, and that's the end of the Minutemen's quest chain. That's the way I would want it to be. But that's just me. Another thing is, I didn't like that I couldn't just knock out Acadia. Like, what if I wanted to go in there like it was a SWAT raid? What if I want to, like, open the door, throw a flashbang in there, and just start carving people up? And then I want to basically, like, beat Kasumi unconscious, take her back to her mom and dad, and just, like, throw her battered and bruised body down there and be like, mission accomplished. Like, why, you know, I can't do stuff like that. Why can't I torture people? That's another thing I don't like about this game. This is supposed to be the grim, dark world of Fallout. Why can't I knock people? They should have non-lethal weapons where you can, like, zap people with a baton and electrocute them and tie them to a chair, and then you should be able to start punching them in the face until they tell you the information you want. Because, like, if this is supposed to be a really grim, dark world where the point of Fallout is to explore how far humanity will go in this really, like, crazy world, well, why can't I do anything that's, like, kind of on the evil side? Everything that's evil in this game is, like, really softcore to me. Like, why can't I torture people? Why can't I make a robot torture chamber with the Automatron DLC where I abduct people and strap them to a chair and then start electrocuting them and stuff? Why can't I do that? Like, that's the stuff that people do. Like, the Raiders do worse stuff than that. The Raiders are chopping people up and hanging their bodies on meat hooks, and I can't interrogate people? It could be a charisma skill. So, like, those are the things where, those are the only things that, like... And like I said, I'm not going to hold this against Fallout. The one thing I want to add on, I am not holding this against Fallout. I'm holding it against Bethesda in general. Because I know they don't want you to kill children. You know, why? Because it's a bad thing to do. So they don't let you do bad things. Well, like, the thing that frustrates me about Bethesda's decision-making with Fallout is the whole point of Fallout is there's no laws anymore. And it's kind of like, what do humans do to survive? And this is like the safe place to experiment with that concept. And once again, I'm not going to hold it against Fallout because they don't let you do that in Fallout 3. They let you take the modified FEV and you can poison Project Purity, but then you can't join the Enclave. What if you agree with the Enclave? What if you're like, hey, that's a good idea. What if we just poison all of the radioactive people so we can start over again? We can use the GEC and then we can just rebuild society. Sure, a bunch of people die, but like in 500 years, if the Enclave was successful, who's going to remember the people who died? Like, for example, think about it in real life. How much do people remember the people who died, like, in events like in the Civil War, for example? That's not even 500 years ago, and people already lose a connection to the sense of death in an event that long ago. So if you sided with the Enclave and you poisoned all the people and they all died, and you said that was a terrible thing that the Enclave did, well, who's going to remember that 500 years later? Are they going to remember that the Enclave poisoned a bunch of people with water, or are they going to remember that the Enclave used the GEC and restored the capital wasteland back to a non-irradiated land because they wanted to use the GEC to do it? What are they going to remember? That's the way I saw it, and that's why I always sided with the Enclave in Fallout 3, because I was looking at the long-term solution, the idea that this is the most logical way to heal the irradiated landscapes of the United States. Same with the solution the Enclave had in Fallout 2. In Fallout 2, they wanted to use poison gas. They were going to bombard the entire country with poison gas. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, like millions of people. Well, I don't know about millions. I don't know what the population is, but hundreds of thousands of people would die. But who would remember that 500 years later if the Enclave successfully used the GEC, which the GEC, I believe, was added in Fallout 2? Who would remember any of that if the Enclave successfully revitalized the United States? That's the way and that's why, like I said, a lot of people think I'm some psychopathic guy with my decision making. But no, I do have calculated decision-making. Typically speaking, this is what you can count on. Like in Far Harbor, I'm going to side with the people of Far Harbor, and I'm going to destroy their two enemies. The robots can't be trusted, and Dima proved it. Dima proved that you cannot trust the robots. He is willing to put other people beneath him in order to achieve what he wants. So that meant that, like, no, we can't live with the robots. The Children of Adam, what I didn't agree with there is I didn't agree with setting off the nuclear weapon. Mainly because why would you want to add even more radiation? I might accept the argument that the nuclear weapon might have been leaking radiation and just adding it to the island and perhaps detonating the nuclear weapon would diminish the radiation in the long term, that's an argument I would accept. But otherwise, I didn't see the point in nuking the children of Adam as a forced decision. I like it as a decision, but there should have been a decision to just clear out the children of Adam, because I did not see the point of further irradiating Far Harbor by setting off a nuclear weapon. In the end, though, by destroying the children of Adam, who are obviously crazy, and Acadia, I secured this more positive future for Far Harbor, at least theoretically. And that's why, like I said, like, my decisions may seem random, but they're not. I am role-playing a particular kind of character. First time chat from Celeste Quinn. So they don't want to, but they added children, but what's the point? What? Yeah, exactly. Why add it if you're not going to go all the way? Like, you know, like, you already have extreme stuff. Like, the Raiders are literally chopping people up and putting their bodies on hooks and stuff, but I can't chop up children or something. You know, Kasumi, once I realized Kasumi wasn't a child, she was considered an adult, it meant that I could probably kill her, since she was, like, she had to die, too. Most of the people in the Wasteland are brain dead and rotted. Exactly. And like I said, who's going to remember them in 500 years? Zen Master says, I don't know why the people on the West Coast are so shit at surviving. I don't either. Living in shacks and whatnot. I don't either. Like, the New Vegas is like, it was interesting. Like, I'm more than willing to go back to New Vegas. But yeah, that's what I thought about, so I was asked, what was my favorite quest chain? My favorite quest chain in, this is a question by ADHD Gamer. My favorite quest chain was probably, the Far Harbor quest line, where I was able to tell Alan about Avery being a robot. And then you go to the doctor's like, oh, don't tell Alan. Like, I already knew, and I felt really good that I was right on the same wavelength with the game, and that I found that to be really nice. It's like, the only thing I don't like about, like, it was that I wanted to hear a little more, like, screaming for mercy. I wanted to hear, like, oh, woe is me, the angry mob of pitchfork people are coming to destroy us. Damn! You know, it kind of diminishes the satisfaction you get in, like, raiding your enemies. Like, if you're launching this, like, attack, like, all you got was, like, Dima was like, I won't let you take Arcadia. Like, I wanted a little more, like, wailing. I wanted more of the women and the children crying in the streets as they're being destroyed. Like, that's part of the experience for me. Like, you know, like, that, when everyone, like, dies with, like, grim NPC determination, it kind of takes away some of the experience of, like, destroying your enemies once and for all, I will say. Zen Master says the East Coast is thriving, but the West Coast is getting owned. I don't know what it is. Maybe the people on the West Coast, I don't know, maybe they got, like, extra super nuked. Although, no, the story of New Vegas is that Vegas itself actually was spared a lot of the explosions. Troy asks, is any more State of Decay content coming? That would be a no. I am not doing any more State of Decay content. I am officially pivoting the channel's focus onto other games, like Fallout 4, for example. Alright, well, I would say that probably answers everybody's questions that they had for me about what I thought about my first ever playthrough of Fallout 4. To summarize, I did enjoy it a lot. Like, I clearly made a mistake in not playing Fallout 4, but ironically, I never would have guessed that I would be a content creator 10 years ago, but ironically, it allowed me to play this game for a live audience. And, like, okay, here's something you need to know. I was resisting the urge to create my own personal playthrough. I just wanted to make my own playthrough to play when I wasn't streaming, to be totally honest. But I was like, I can't do that, because if I do it, then I might discover something, and then it won't be a genuine reaction. And so I just had to resist the urge to, because, like, I wanted to build stuff. I wanted to build robots and stuff and build my own stuff, but I didn't want to do that until I completely finished the DLCs and the primary quest chain, because I did not want to fake any reactions. And, like, if I broke any quest or if I fucked anything up, I was like, whatever, that's just the way the story goes. Oh, here's another thing I was really happy about. The melee combat was actually a lot of fun. I chose melee combat because, well, I've played a lot of games with shooting. I play tons of games with shooting. And so I was like, well, what everyone is going to do in Fallout is shoot things. So I want to do the thing that I predict most people aren't going to do. You know, in a game where you've got lasers and plasma and radiation guns, missile launchers, miniature nuke launchers, I'm going to be the guy who, like, brandishes his samurai sword and faces people down in melee combat. And that's where I came up with the story of the samurai of the Commonwealth who brings his, like, super primitive Bushido code to, like, the Commonwealth and makes decisions like he's, like, from, the feudal era of, like, Japan in the 1500s and 1600s. And so I just thought that would be, like, a really hilarious way to, like, do things. And it was really rough at first. I think I died, like, 10 to 15 times in my first episode because I was so flimsy. I also made the terrible mistake of having 1 endurance. Would not do that a second time. Would not do that a second time. Oh, let me talk about the stats. So, strength was badass. I really enjoyed strength. I really like when you just, like, wallop people and it just blows their body up. And just like, bam! You're dead now! One thing I was sad about is that I did not really get to invest many perks in the crafting system because I wanted to, you know, I was all about having the ultimate body. That was my strategy. I was like, I'm going to go to the gym and have the ultimate body, and then I was going to have the ultimate non-power armor because I was going to, the concept was like my samurai perfection is too good for power armor. Like, you know, like only cowards hide behind power armor was supposed to be kind of the theme of it. And, you know, like, so strength was a lot of fun. Endurance was also a lot of fun. It was really awesome just having a ton of health and just buffing up your defense. I wanted to get the solar-powered perk because I was like, I think it just regenerates your health over time. It was just going to feed into the idea that I was like, I'm like the ultimate body. It's like, you know, I wanted to go to the Institute and start beating people up, and I'm like, you idiots. You invested all of your science into making highly advanced robotic humans that you call synths when you should have been investing your time into the gym. And I just wanted to, like, you know, T-pose on the Institute for being a bunch of, like, nerds, basically. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't get enough perk points to completely flesh out my master plan. I did not have any, let me look at my special stats. Special. Okay, so I don't have any perception. You know, I mean, you had to sacrifice something. So I didn't have any perception. Charisma was really cool. I love demanding money from people. Some people might not think that is honorable. Like, you know, like, would a samurai demand money? Of course a samurai would demand money. Like, there was, okay, so there's a move in Pokemon called Night Slash. It's a dark move. Well, in Japan, that same move is known as Blade Test. Why is that move called Blade Test instead of Night Slash? It's actually a reference to a underhanded practice in Japan where sometimes a samurai would have a new sword crafted for him, but how do you know how good a sword is until you cut through the flesh of another man? And so some samurai would find some innocent schmuck and just slash him and kill him to see if the blade was proof against, you know, if it was made as well as he was told it was. And so, you know, like, the idea that, like, you know, like, there was certainly an ideal, but there was certainly an underhanded element as well. And also, the samurai were funded by their liege lord. You know, where do you think all that armor and training and the food and exercise and all the time to do that came from? So, of course, there would be, like, something of it. And so charisma was a lot of fun. I loved just fleecing people for money. That was, like, a really, really fun thing to do. Intelligence? At first I felt that intelligence was kind of a waste, but honestly, I did like the ability to hack, and once I started getting the hang of the hacking minigame, it was pretty neat. Apparently you also get more EXP for having high intelligence, though I hear you get even more EXP for the idiot savant on low intelligence. We had no agility. I probably would have invested in agility over time. I wanted that ability where when you sprint, you take less damage. And then I wanted the long-range melee VATs. Like, that would have been cool. I just didn't. If I had more points, maybe I would have gone into it. And then luck, I didn't get. I had to sacrifice something. Something had to get sacrificed. You know, you can't have points for everything. First time chat from What Can I Say? I'm him. People still play this game? Actually, surprisingly, yeah. A lot of people do. It's actually not a dead category on Twitch. It often has about 300 to 400 people watching on Fallout 4, so I met a lot of people, and I was happy to meet a bunch of people along the way in this journey. So, yeah, that's what I thought. And if I did it again, I mean, I'd probably do a melee hybrid. I really enjoyed the melee combat. It did not get boring. That's one thing I'll say. Even though I was using like 99% melee, I did not get bored with it. I thought it was still a lot of fun. I did wish that I got deeper into the crafting so I could buff up my armor a little more. I just needed more perk points, though. Like, I needed perk points everywhere. Like, you know, I needed more defense, more offense. I needed more money. I needed, like, carry code. There were just so many areas that were demanding perk points from me. But now that my Fallout playthrough is completed, like, that is what I thought. Overall, I did like Fallout 4 quite a bit. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. I really liked the DLCs. Nuka World and Far Harbor were a lot of fun. I liked that there was a lot of fighting. I felt like there wasn't quite enough fighting in the base game, but God, there was a lot of fighting in Nuka World. That was really fun. And there was a lot of fighting in Far Harbor. I really liked that as well. I wish they let you do some more extreme things in the game. Like I said, it'd be nice if you could, like, capture and torture people. I wish you could kill children. Yeah, I wish you could just kill anyone you want, stuff like that. That kind of breaks my immersion a little bit. But, like, other than that, I thought it was great. And I'd be more than willing to do another playthrough in the future. But, yeah. That is going to be, that was my Fallout 4 experience, the complete main storyline, and all of the DLCs. What is the next game I'm going to play? I have not thought that far ahead, I'm afraid. Basically, if we look at my schedule, this is the end of this week's schedule. Oops, wrong button. So this week was Deep Rock Galactic and Fallout. I don't know what we're going to be playing next week, to be totally honest. I have not figured it out. I will probably revisit Fallout 4. I don't like to do back-to-back playthroughs because I don't want to risk burning out. And because part of the problem with burnout is you feel a little pressured to fake your enjoyment with a game, and I never want to do that. So, like, I usually take a break from things. I'm not sure what I'm going to play next, though, because MechWarrior is also finishing up as well, so the MechWarrior slot will be done. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll host another vote. We'll see, though. Anyways, if you would like to see my adventure, because it was a very long journey, just from the screen, scroll down and go to Fox VODs. This is where I store all of my streams. So you can see here, you are watching episode 15. This is the end of my first time playing playthrough. And if you'd like to see how I did, you can watch that. This will be here in perpetuity because the episodes do eventually get deleted on Twitch. That's just the way Twitch works. They save them for like 60 days. I will warn you, though, episode 1 is a little painful. I must have died like 10 to 15 times because, like I said, I literally have not played Fallout 4 before. So I got wasted in the first episode. Like, I absolutely wasted, probably because I did a really stupid build. Really stupid build. Like the zero endurance. That was not a good idea with melee combat. The zero endurance build was not 200 IQ. Anyways, if you'd like to join my community, the links are down here. I am here in the Discord basically every day. I am not a standoffish content creator. I chat with my audience basically every day in Discord. So I will be there. But yes, you can find me on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as on my primary YouTube channel. I'm more of a YouTuber than a Twitch streamer. I'm still relatively new to Twitch. But yeah. Thank you, everybody, for suggesting me to play Fallout, because like I said, Fallout did win the vote, which I will show you right here in the vote results. These were the 10 games: Darkest Dungeon 2, Dead Island, Fallout 4, Generation Zero, Green Hill, Grounded, Project Zomboid, RimWorld, The Infected, and The Last Stand. And number 3, Fallout 4 won by 3 votes over the second leader, number 7, Project Zomboid. So, yeah, maybe I'll host another vote. We'll see. See how it goes. Anyways, thank you for being such a great audience. Thank you for guiding me through the game whenever I got stuck. Thank you for suggesting things for me to do whenever I didn't know what to do. And thank you, everyone, for siding against Zen Master. He is the villain of our community, always trying to sabotage me. But the might of the samurai community was able to overcome the villainy of Zen Master, who's always trying to, like, defeat me. Not this time, Zen Master. Not this time. Till next time, though, I will figure out what I am playing next. I will be playing something on Monday. I'm sure Monday is the beginning of my streaming week. But till next time, thank you so much for being such a great audience. Follow me on Twitch so you know when I go live next time. But at the end of the day, of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.